Hey, this is Uncensored with Cesar, and I'm here with Cecilia The Mamacita from 93.5 K-Day.
Hey, what's going on today?
Not much. How have you been?
I'm doing good. Excited to be in the studio. So listen, this is your first show. So everybody, it's his first show. We're excited about this.
Really excited.
Love you, so that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much for being here. So I have a few questions for you.
Okay, let's start.
So you've been in radio for, how long have you been in radio for?
15 years. Oh my
15
God,
years.
yes.
And so was radio something you always wanted to do, or did you have other plans for like your future?
No, as a matter of fact, I wanted to be a journalist. I went to school for journalism, but I always tell people radio found me. I didn't find radio. I didn't go to school for radio. I was doing a TV show called LATV, which is kind of like a MTV for Latinos at the time. And a program director by the name of Picasso saw me and messaged me, and that's how I got into radio.
And do you still talk to him?
Yes, yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, we're so busy, but we're friends on Facebook, and I love him, and he's the one that actually gave me my real start in radio.
So have there been any talents that you have interviewed recently or in the past that you say, you know what, after this interview, I would not work with them again?
You know what? I haven't had really too much, the thing about me when I interview, I'm really good about finessing my talent and making sure that they're comfortable. So that's the most important part. I think that, especially being in the hip hop industry, you do have some that is a little harder than others. Man, I'm trying to think who is like really, really.
Because I've seen some people. I've seen some people at the radio station. I'm not saying no names, but I have seen some people that I'm like, oh no, how do you stuck up?
Like, how do I deal with it?
Yeah, how do you deal with it? Because even with me, I'm not even working with them.
You know what? I think my goal is just to get to the meat and potatoes of the interview, and really that's it. And you just have to learn how to really just kind of go in there and read the room, and really see, there's some that you can take the interview a little further, and then there's some that you just keep it kind of short, sweet, and brief.
And when, like right now, you're just full of energy. That's how you are on air. That's how you are in public.
Every single day, yes.
Exactly. You're loud. You're screaming. You're over the top. Are you like that at home, or when you're at home, are you more like a relaxed CC that no one knows about?
No, I'm actually like that at home too. I'm like this all the time. As a matter of fact, it's so funny. I had a conversation with my mom, and she's like, "When are you going to learn to slow down?" And I just kind of paused, and I didn't say anything on the phone. She's like, "I know. That's just who you are." I am a busybody. But I'm like that at home too.
But does it ever interfere with your relationship?
No, absolutely not. I think that I have been blessed with an amazing relationship and a partner that he understands it. He's in the entertainment industry as well. He works for Snoop and a lot of different other artists, so he gets it. But I just think we got a good relationship. Honestly, if you guys really want to know what issues, if you have any issues in your relationship, it's really just me being a girlfriend. Pick up after yourself. You shave and you left the hair everywhere all over the bathroom sink.
When do you guys actually have time for each other though? Because you're constantly doing events. I noticed that you're always doing events. He's always out. So when do you guys have alone time for each other? Just when you guys are at home after the end of the day?
Yeah, like today, he's shooting a music video, and I'm interviewing with you, Cesar, for Uncensored, and then after that, I'll be doing something with the mayor of Compton, Mayor Asia Brown. And then we'll get together, and he's like, "Okay, babe, we have our movie night tonight. We're gonna do Uber Eats, and we're gonna go ahead and watch a movie." And I'm like, okay, that's just our thing.
I always see you on your Instagram trying to do things when you're not doing events or on air.
Yeah, I do. I try to keep busy, especially because I'm all about the community. And that's really, really where I want to be, and I see myself in the future is just really working in the community.
So what would you say, you're in the public eye, obviously.
Yes.
What would you say is the most stressful thing about being in the public eye?
As a girl, making sure that we look good, making sure that it's really my appearance sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm all about it because, trust me, being in the public eye, everybody wants to give an opinion about what you look like and how they think you feel.
And I never seen you a day without makeup or looking crazy.
Let me tell you the reason why, though. I did that because when I first started in radio, I would go to the station with a bun in my hair, no makeup, sweats. I'm like, nobody's going to see me. I'm good. I'm behind the mic. One day, and it really hurt my feelings, and this happened maybe 13 years ago. One day we had a group of people come and they were like, oh, we want to meet Cece. And I was in the studio, no makeup, hair, no makeup, no hair done. Like my hair was in a bun. And I was like, no, I don't want to go see them. But the receptionist said, I already told them you would come down. So I was like, damn, all right. So I went to go meet with them, and the look on their face
was upset.
was like, not upset, like disappointment. Like, this is Cece the Mamacita. Like, oh, this is who's on the radio. And from that day forward, I told myself I would never, I never want to see my listeners looking at me like that again. But so I'm always made up.
To me, honestly, if they're your listeners, they shouldn't care how you look. If they're really a true fan of you, they shouldn't care how you look or how you present yourself.
Yeah, but we're in the day and age of the Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? Instagram. So you just got to, really just kind of, it's about how you present yourself. And because I do present myself in that such, and I'm very adamant about my brand.
Yeah.
I have to go the extra mile. Trust me, I don't want to get done. I don't want to put makeup on every single day. I really don't. If you guys saw me at home, I wear absolutely no makeup, and I have my hair in a bun. But when I'm out and about, I have to remember the brand that I'm representing, and that even though I'm just Cece, people still see me as Cece the Mamacita.
Yeah, people don't see you as just a normal person. Right. They see you as someone that they look up to, a celebrity, and you're in the public eye, so that's something.
So yeah, but the thing is that when we're in the public eye, it's a decision we made. I made that decision to be in the public eye, so I have to take the good with the bad.
You knew what you were getting yourself into when you accepted it.
Of course.
And is there someone in the industry that you look up to that motivates you daily? Like, you're like, you know what, I want to be like this person, so I'm going to work my ass off just to be like them.
Yes, there's a few people. It's crazy because we're actually recording the show in Poetess Studios, and she's actually one of the people that I admire. The Poetess and Josefa Salinas. Those are the two people that I want to model myself like.
And have you always looked up to them, or was it just when you got into radio or recently that you're like, you know what, this is one?
Well, it's so funny. When I didn't know I was going down, so I was like, damn, all right. I've listened to them on the radio, but then when I made my way in, I kind of wanted to pick and choose, like, you know what I mean, who I want to model myself after, and really how do I want to carry myself as a female on the radio. And they're two very great examples. So, and they're always in the community. Josefa Poet is always in the community. So I'm like, that's what I want to do. I really want to be in the community. Yes.
So, like, obviously you have a lot of people that want to talk to you, that want to network with you, meet with you. Do you ever feel that some people are trying to just use you for your name and who you are? Like your brand, you feel...
Every single day, yes.
You get that a lot?
Yes, every single day.
And how do you handle that?
I pick and choose who I work with. I have a management team, Veronica and Winnie, that are really awesome. And they actually are very good about blocking me from certain things, and they're the people that really support me and kind of like... kind of protect, my brand. So they're like, Cece, let us be the bad person. So I have a good team now behind me. It took me a minute to find a good team, but I do have a good team.
So do you have any regrets in your life or in your career that, like, I wish I would have stayed on TV and not went to radio, or?
No, not at all. I love the path. Listen, people say, oh, you're a radio personality. I say, no, I'm a Christian who happens to be a radio personality, which means I have to have faith that God guide me. He's guiding me the way that I'm supposed to be guided. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at in my life. Everybody is. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at. You just have to take these lessons that you learned. So I don't have any regrets. I left television to do radio, but now I'm going back into TV. And I'm working on a show called Tons of Anarchy, which George Lopez just came on as a producer. And
That's
good. It's a comedy. It's crazy. And then the director of photography just came on board, and she's the director of photography for Narcos. So I'm really excited about that.
So can you give us more information on that, or is it?
I play like this girl from like a motorcycle like kind of gang, and what it is basically a bunch of misfits. They try to impress a girl, and she's into motorcycle guys. So they pretend like there's this little motorcycle gang, but they go to punk this guy that's messing with the girl.
So you're
and
a chola.
Well, I don't know if motorcycle girls would consider themselves cholas.
I have seen some.
Yeah. But I play the opposite. I play in a gang called Rudos, motorcycle gang. And so I'm actually in George Lopez and Citric, who I worked with at LATV. I'm in their motorcycle crew. It's kind of cool. I have a small part, but it's a reoccurring role.
At least it's something. You're moving up. You can't complain about that. So what is the craziest thing a fan has done or said to you, like at an event or just in public? Oh my God, yes.
Okay, so I've had two, good and bad. You want to hear them both?
Both.
Okay. Bad, I had a fan that was so obsessed with me. The radio station I worked at the time was thinking of getting a restraining order on him. He used me for his credit check backgrounds.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was awful. He was really.
And it was a guy?
It was a guy, but he was obsessed with the fact that he was telling everybody I was his sister. And so he made this story up that I was Dominican from New York and that I was an orphan. And
So he changed your whole lifestyle?
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
You were reborn.
You know what I'm saying? My family's from Compton, Linwood, Watts. Like, that's where I'm at. So, I've had crazy scares like that, but then I've also had girls like that really look up to me. I had one girl, it was a little nerve-wracking. She cut her hair to look just like mine. She colored her hair to look just like mine. She did her makeup to look just like me. And no lie, she kind of did look like me.
But it doesn't scare you, like the things that people do, like it doesn't make you think, do I need security at this point? Because if I had someone come in...
Gee, Cesar, like,
yeah,
you know
but
me. You,
okay,
Cesar, you
a
know
G
me.
could only take you so far. Like, I would feel threatened, I guess, in a way, to where I would be like, you know what? I'm kind of scared to go in public just because of the fact I know there are people out there that are doing this to me or something.
No,
So,
I'm fine. I can't live in fear. I just I pick and choose too where I go. You know, and every event that I'm at, like I make sure like I'm cool. And plus, like WAP's always with me most of the time with the events.
Okay.
So I'm okay. You know, I'm
Get
fine.
you some
I've never
pepper
had
spray, girl.
anybody where I had to like really just like throw down or incident. I never really had it. I actually get a lot more positivity when I'm out, so it's better.
Yeah, I seen your fans are... Anybody are supportive of what you do and they try
Because
to
here's
be
the
there
thing,
for you.
I think what my fans have to understand, or what they understand, is that they get Cece. Cece's about the community. Cece's about you. Like when I speak to people, like you'll know, like I'm not a facade. Like I really want to know who you are.
Exactly.
And I really care about how you feel. So I think when people see the authenticity in who I am, like they just accept it.
And how did your name come about, Cecilia The Mamacita? Because
Okay.
that's not a normal name.
Right? Okay, exactly. So I was doing radio at Wild 96 in the IE, and there was a guy named Jose Cubanito who actually does Univision Radio now. But he was doing the morning show, and I was in middays, and I was just calling myself Cece. Like, yo, it's your girl Cece. Actually, I said Cecilia. Yo, it's your girl Cecilia. And so he, was introducing me coming on. He's like, all right, I'm out the door. We got Cecilia, the midday mamacita, coming up next. And I was like, yo, that kind of flows. I like that. And I told him, I was like, Jose, I think I'm going to steal that. He's like, it's all yours. Take it.
So you stuck with it
I
ever
stuck with
since
it,
till
yeah.
this day?
Well, it was Cecilia the Mamacita, and then they shortened my name in radio just to be a little bit more universal. Because Cecilia the Mamacita sounded so Latina, so Cici the Mamacita.
And you're always, obviously, like I said, you're always out doing things. Do you ever plan on taking time out, like just slowing it down to where you could start a family, or you don't consider,
I'm good.
you don't want a family?
No, I don't want any kids right now. I'm good.
Wow, you have your dogs. Your dogs are good enough for you?
I got 2 dogs. I'm good. I got ambitious friends, and I like my life so far. Like, I'm cool. Like,
So you don't see no kids in your near future, or...
I mean, I don't want to say no kids. If it happens, it happens, you know. But if it happens, I'll be happy. But if it doesn't, I'm still going to be a happy person either way.
And at what point in your life, because you've been in radio for how long have you said?
15.
15 years. So at what point in your life do you consider, like, you know what, it's time for me to put down the mic and everything and retire?
There's no way. Like, why would I love it? I love music. I love the community. I love people. I love talking to artists. Like, why would I would never, you know what I mean, slow down when it comes to radio. But I do want to add more to my plate as far as like television is concerned.
So let's say television does kick off for you. Like, you're here doing big things, reality shows, everything. Would you consider leaving radio, or would you be like, you know what, radio's where I started. Let me stay with radio and just do the reality TV on the side and stuff?
You know what? I think that I would do the radio and then do all the other stuff, unless it takes off and then it pays like twice my income in radio. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do what I got to do. Everybody's like, Cece, don't be stupid, take the money. But yeah, but I mean, if there's a show and it takes off, you know what I mean. I'll always be in radio in some way or form, whether it's gonna be behind the mic or you know what I'm saying, maybe being on a couple days a week.
Because it's in you. It's something that you
I love it.
love
It's
to
who
do.
I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, but TV is too, and so is hosting. So I mean, it's amazing. Like, the thing is now in this day and age, you don't have to limit yourself. You can do almost anything you put your mind to it. You know what I mean? Social media has made that possible.
And that's what I don't like, is I always hear people saying, well, you need to know the right people to get into the industry. Yes, I do kind of agree with that, but at the same time, it's not even about that. It's about how you want to go about it. If you're not going to work for it, it's not going to come to you. If you're not going to go network, it's not going to come to you. You need to go and work your ass off in order to even get to where you want to be in your life.
You definitely have to hone your craft, and a lot of times, like, you know what I mean, I tell people, get a mentor and really shadow them and see how they work and how they maneuver. But it is a lot of networking. But once you get in the door, like you do sometimes have to have somebody help you get in the door. But once you get in the door, you're on your
You're
own.
set.
You're on your own, and then they're gonna figure it out. Now you got to figure out what moves are you're gonna make. What's your passion? What is it that you want to do? How do you want to go about it?
Exactly. So what is an average day for you? Like,
Average day, oh my gosh. Okay, so I wake up and I watch the Golden Girls. Hey.
you still watch that
I
show?
love the Golden Girls. I love the Golden Girls. I wake up, get ready, and I really kind of go through my news feed. I'm always like either on Washington Post, Daily Mail, Vox. Like I love pulling all my news. And so I'll spend like maybe 40 minutes every morning just going over the news to see what's up. And then I get ready, go to work. And then after work, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting events.
No, I'm saying
it varies though.
exactly.
Like
I seen
some
it from
days
my
I'll have
eyes.
like four events in a row. Some days I'll just have one. It just depends. But
And you don't get overwhelmed with doing all of it? Like,
I do. I get overwhelmed. I have my moments. You
do
know
you
what I
have
mean?
your breaking moments? Because I
I
haven't
do.
seen them, but
No.
everyone has them, obviously.
Everybody has
Yeah.
them, yeah. No, I have them, but I'm kind of private with my breaking moments. I think the person I call the most of my breaking moments is my mother. And it's crazy because I've actually called San Juan, who's a good friend of mine, and she's like, "Bitch, put your feelings in a box." And I'm like, "Okay," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do have I have supportive women around me that really help me if I do have that breaking moment, because you got to understand it's so hard being a woman in this
In the
business.
industry.
Yes, and we always have to prove ourselves, and not only do we deal with racism, but we also deal with sexism. You know what I mean? Every single day. And the girls that try to, you know what I mean, model themselves the right way, we have to fight extra hard when you have another female in there that sets us back 10 years.
But there's even people that make people want to guys be like that though with them, because you see these girls on Instagram that just show whatever they want just for likes and stuff. So that's why some people do try to.
It's the easy
They
way
take it-
out.
yeah,
It's
they
easy
take it the wrong
out.
way.
Yeah, it's the easy way out. And see, the thing is like, I don't have to do that. Like, I don't have to be the girl that shows her. Can I cuss real quick?
I don't
Okay.
care. Go ahead.
I
It's
have to
called
be the girl
Uncensored.
yeah, right. Okay, so I don't have to be the girl that, you know what I mean, shows my tits and ass. You know what I mean? I don't have to be the girl that has to lower her dignity for that, because guess what? I actually have talent.
And you
When
have
you're
something to show for it.
You don't have to do that. Now, the girls that do that, it's because they have no talent.
And they want to be something, but they're going the wrong way for it.
And they don't have anything strong to hold on to, but their sexuality. So when you meet a woman like me that's out there in the community that really is, for our people, that, knows how to interview. I work my own boards, I go above and beyond. I actually have talent. And I don't need to show my ass. I don't need to show my boobs. I don't need to lower myself in
Just
that
to get a
sense.
following.
I'm really talented, and my talent will speak for itself.
And what projects are you working on next? Like, can you give any details about it? Or
Okay, so I just did a pilot for the executive producers for Soul Train. We worked on a new show called New Web City, and it's think of like a Soul Train today Soul Train, you know what I mean? But via social media, like we incorporate a lot of social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram. So what this show is about is new talent, but we let the listeners and the viewing audience pick who the new talent
Yeah.
is. I'm also working on, like I said, Tons of Anarchy. We film next month. I'm excited about that. And just really being out there and doing these different events for the community and speaking out. I'm doing a Latino women in media event in the next few weeks, and I'm excited about that. And that's going to be taking place in Boyle Heights at the Boyle Heights Youth Tech Center. And I incorporated a few of my friends in media. And it's crazy because my friends are really dope, Cesar. I
And
got dope friends.
that's what I like about you is you try to help. You give back to your community, and then on top of that, even with me, since day one of working at the radio station, you
Yes.
have always been there for me. You always have tried to help me and give me advice on it. And
That's
look
just
what
me.
I'm doing.
It's so crazy because our boss, like my boss AD, he tells me he's like, you're just a mother hen. Like, it's just what I am. You know what I mean?
But there's usually people that's already made it in the industry. That's already big that don't want to help others. But you're not like that. You're the type that
No.
you don't look down on other people that are not big.
Listen, I think it's the upbringing. Like my mom says, like and it's true. I greet the CEO with the same respect I would greet the janitor. I would never think lower of anybody, because that's where my family came from.
Yeah.
My grandfather worked in fields, so I remember where I come from, and we came from humble beginnings. And so when I see even when I do see like a janitor at the station, it reminds me of my grandfather. You know what I mean? Because that's the kind of work my grandfather did. And I would never want anybody to disrespect him. So I'm always like, hi, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Like, I really do talk to them. But it's just about being a good person and just, you know what I'm saying? Treating everybody with respect. And sometimes you can't let this go to your head. Like, I don't let this go to my head. If I said, oh, I'm Cece the Mamacita, I'm a radio personality. No, I correct people. I'm a Christian who happens to be a radio personality.
Exactly.
Somebody's a Christian who happens to be a doctor. So with that being said, like, I really do have God in my heart, and I think that's what guides me the most. And it calms me down too sometimes, you know.
Are you very religious, like when it comes?
Yeah, I am. I come from a family of pastors.
Okay,
So yeah, so my uncles have their own church. The church I go to is my uncle's church. You know, my aunt's in the choir.
So what do they think about this side of Cece? Like, do they think, oh no,
Listen,
what?
my family
what the
didn't
hell is
start off.
going-
Okay, we didn't like start off like, oh, all of a sudden we appeared and we're just Christian. Like, trust me, they've all had their you know
Their
past.
moments.
Yeah, they're former gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? And they're former OGs that are in their hood. But you know, as you get older, you realize that you know the things that you thought were important when you were younger are not when you get older, and you start looking at life from a different perspective. That's what they did, and so. They teach me a lot of the ways, but it's funny because like they'll preach and they'll be like, yeah, sometimes when you listen to secular music like Heyday, and I'm in the, you know, I'm in church and I'm like, okay, Thea, I know you're talking about me. He's like, you know, but he comes from that.
Yeah.
So sometimes he'll listen, even though my uncle's a pastor, he'll listen to Heyday just to support me because I'm his
Exactly,
niece.
he's your family.
Yeah, so he's like, you know, my niece is on there. I want to support her. So he'll listen, but then he's like, I got to turn it sometimes, Mija, because I feel G'd up again. I got to turn the station.
He don't want to go back to those
He's
ways.
like, yeah, he's like, I'm not trying to go back. But no, they're proud of me. They're proud of me. As a matter
That's
of
good.
fact, my uncle has he has prophesied and said that I'm going to be filling stadiums of people. He is like, God gave you a gift. He was like, this is your gift. This is your natural gift. And when you know what your natural gift is, it's easy to make money doing your natural gift. So this is my natural gift. And he's like, it's easy for you to speak to people. You go in a room, he was like, and you make everybody feel comfortable. He's like, Mija, a lot of people don't have that talent. He said, it comes easy for you. He's like, I know you are going to be filling stadiums and you will be letting them know the word of God. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. Okay, when's that going to happen? You know?
But the way I see it is, if it's meant to happen, God will make it happen.
yeah,
God will lead
yeah.
you that way. If it's not meant to happen, don't force it, because when you force something, it always ends up bad.
Oh, yeah.
So don't force it. Just let it come to you naturally.
Absolutely.
And what would you tell your fans that, like, young people or just anybody that's trying to do what you do, that wants to be like, you know what, this is my role model, I look up to her, but how do I start? Like, what advice would you give them?
The same advice that I give my nieces and nephews. I tell them all the time, do what makes you happy. Don't do what your mom wants you to do or your dad wants you to do in terms of career-wise, okay? Do what makes you happy, because, you know, for a long time, my mom wanted me to work for the county of Riverside. And you already know I can't be behind a desk on a computer for 9 hours. But you know, she was like, I want you to do that. But that's because my mom came from the struggle of, you know, my family is from Mexico, where, you know, they're just, as long as you have, you know, health, dental, vision, we're good, you know, just, you know, that's their term of responsibility. And I'm like, no, Ma, you lived your life. I got to live my life. And that's the same thing that I tell my nieces and nephew, like, do what's going to make you happy. I mean, of course, like, don't be reckless with it. You know, be a good citizen, be upstanding, you know, be loving to your family, because at the end of the day, family's all we got. I tell them, I said, but do what's going to make you happy, and everybody else is going to support you. You know, just, that's important, because there's a lot of times, like, people don't understand that a lot of things happen when you're unhappy. You know what I mean? And then it snowballs in effect. You have to be happy with who you are. You have to accept yourself in your own skin, and you have to follow your dream. And it's going to be a time, I promise you guys listening right now, there's going to be a time when you do something and the people who are going to be against you is your family, because they don't understand your vision. Yeah. But guess what? That's okay too. That's okay, because I've been through there where I'm like, damn, nobody believes in me but me.
Because they feel being in the entertainment industry, it's impossible. Nothing's guaranteed. And that's not true. That's not.
It's not, but they don't understand it because our families have never been in the entertainment industry.
They've never been in, and then they're not striving for the same thing that you're going for. They obviously look for something different.
Yeah.
So when they hear, oh, I want to be a radio personality, I want to be an actor or something, they're not going to believe in it until they actually see you doing it.
Absolutely. So that's what and you have to keep going. And now it's funny because it went from my mother saying like, oh my God, my Mija's trying to find herself. I don't know what she's doing with this radio stuff, to now like, oh my God, my daughter's on the radio. You know, she does
bragging
this,
about you.
But yeah, but but I had to keep going with that, and I had to be like, okay, nobody sees my vision but me, but that's okay as long as I keep going and I start doing what I want to do as far as like building my brand. They'll come eventually, and they did. They come, and it's not. And let me just clarify what I want to say real quick. They don't support you because they don't believe in you. It's because they're trying to protect you, and they want you to be safe and secure, and they don't see that position as being a safe and secure position. But that's okay. They will later on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to get across.
So you're in the entertainment industry,
Yes.
and there's a lot of other news going on in that business. So I want to talk to you about some of the topics that I have right here and see how you feel about it.
Come on.
So have you seen the, Mama June, or Honey Boo Boo, I should say?
Yes.
Have you seen her show, her new show? It's called Mama June Hot to Not, I think?
Yeah, from not to hot.
Not to hot. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about seeing her weight loss? Do you feel she shouldn't have done it, or?
I think she did it for, like, my personal opinion. I mean, I don't care about surgery. Do whatever's going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that feel insecure about ourselves. You know what I mean? So if a girl, you know what I mean, has small boobs and she wants big boobs, or if a girl wants to get some liposuction, whatever, do what's going to make you happy.
Yeah.
But do it because you want to do something about yourself. I feel like that was like extreme makeover, and I think it was just done for television purposes.
I feel it was for money, but then on the show she's saying, oh, she wanted to be there for her kids, longer for her kids. But why didn't you think about this long time ago when you were already this size?
Yeah.
Why is it just now happening, and then why are there cameras around? You're doing it for money.
It's money, and then maybe she didn't have the opportunity, because now people are like, oh, we'll do it for free. Maybe she was like, I didn't have that opportunity before.
I was just reading that she didn't pay for none of the surgeries, that they paid for it.
I feel it. I mean, it's an extreme surgery, but I hope it makes her happy. Like, I don't know the woman personally, but I hope that somehow she feels a little bit more peace about how she looks.
Mm-hmm. So where can your followers find you at? Like,
you guys can follow me on my Instagram, Cecilia The Mamacita, and on my Facebook, Cecilia Valencia. But I'm always on my IG, y'all.
Yeah, because you're always showing them behind the scenes stuff. So follow her on there.
Yes, follow me, please, you guys. And I'll talk back to you guys, too. Sometimes I'll clap back, but don't trip. Okay.
Well, maybe they shouldn't come at you the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I think that's all we have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you on Monday.
Yes,
at the radio
I'll see you on Monday.
station.
And today I popped his cherry. Hello.
Thank you, Cece.